Hey guys, welcome to this episode of In the Kitchen with Phil and Jenny. Today we have a special guest, Avril, who will be cooking
spiced parsnip and carrot soup. So this dish will serve about 4 to 5 people. So let's have a look at the ingredients that we've got here today. We've got 3 small to medium sized potatoes, 3 sticks of celery, 6 medium sized carrots, 3 large parsnips, 1 very large onion, about 60 grams of salted butter, 3 vegetable stock cubes. We've got 2.5 tablespoons of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of jerk seasoning, and 1 teaspoon of cumin, some Himalayan rock salt or whatever salt that you use, a large pinch of coriander, and another large pinch of parsley. So I've just put the pot onto a very low heat. So we're going to put these 60 grams of butter in first, and then as that starts to melt, we'll add the very large onion, the celery that we've chopped, and we just want that to soften, and I'll mix it as soon as I've added it all.
How long roughly would that take to soften, do you know?
Probably about 5 minutes or so on a very low heat.
Very low heat.
While mixing, yeah.
Okay.
Just so it's still not quite soft. Yeah. Turn it up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to crush 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cloves of garlic.
We forgot to mention the garlic, didn't we?
We did. Sorry people, we've got garlic, 6 cloves of garlic. So we're just going to crush them. I'm not the best, but as long as we flatten them, the flavour will still come out.
Garlic is supposed to be good for you, isn't it?
It is, yeah, good for the heart. So this will be good for us in our soup. It's not overpowering, it's just enough flavour. And just enough for us to get the goodness of the parsnips and the carrots. So let's add the garlic cloves into the celery and into the onions. We'll add 3 vegetable stock cubes, and once they're in, we'll get some boiling water to them. Jenny, if you can mix that nicely for me. Thank you. No problem. We've got the onions, we've got the celery, we've got the garlic, and we've got some vegetable stock in here, and now it's all kind of softened. We're going to add quite a bit of water.
How do you know when you've put enough water in?
I think when we've got like around 3/4 of the way of the pot, so adding about 3/4 of the pot of water, if that makes sense.
Okay. Is that hot water just boiled as well?
That's hot water, and then we're going to continue boiling it. We'll leave that boil, turning the fire up slightly on a medium heat now. So now Jenny is cutting some potatoes. That will thicken the soup and give it the right kind of consistency for us to eat.
How thick does it need to be then?
Not too thick. We just want it not too watery, so this will just make it just give it a little bit more consistency.
Okay.
But not too much.
So I guess if it's not thick enough, you can always add some more potatoes to it afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
This should be enough.
You don't need to peel them?
No, it's best to leave with the skin on. It's some of those vitamins and minerals are actually in the skin, so having washed the potato quite well, that should be fine. So now I'm just going to taste the soup to see if it needs a little bit more salt. Knowing that the vegetable stock cubes actually contain salt, and we don't want it to have too much salt, so I'm just going to taste it. Let's blow it first. That's fine. Definitely enough salt there. So I'm now going to start adding the vegetables. Hopefully we won't get too much splash here.
That's the last bit of carrots.
Brilliant.
Just fitting in.
Just about. Fantastic. Thank you, Jim. Right then, so just mixing that in. and it looks like we've got a good ratio here. Carrots to parsnips. Brilliant. So let's let that boil for a moment. Then can we get a good pinch of parsley and an even bigger pinch of coriander, and then we'll wash this and chop it up.
Oh, I love the smell of that.
That's perfect.
So how long have you been cooking this dish for then, Avril?
I've been cooking this dish for about 4 to 5 months now, and it is a family favourite because you've got all the veg that you need, and when you've got children that don't particularly enjoy veg, it's a tasty way of putting it in their meals, because this is a very tasty soup and one that we all enjoy.
So how long has this been boiling for now?
This has been boiling for about, say, just under 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm just going to add the potato just to get the right consistency to thicken up before we blend. So I'm now going to be adding the 2.5 tablespoons of curry powder just to spice it and give it a good mix.
And it looks good.
Thank you. The jerk seasoning as well. As you start adding the spices, you can immediately smell them.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's true.
Yep. And now we'll add the cumin.
One of the best parts of cooking is always the smell as well.
Yeah.
Before you eat it, of course.
Even if you're not hungry, when you start smelling it, you're like, yeah, I ate 1 hour ago, but now I'm hungry.
Yeah. It's now got quite a brown colour now, as the spices have changed the colour of the soup. It's quite golden now. So when it blends, you can imagine kind of orangey brown kind of a colour that we're going to get.
Okay.
We're now going to add the parsley and the coriander,
Okay.
just to give it just a little bit more flavour.
So say, even though it is a vegetarian soup, it's definitely going to be flavoursome.
Oh, definitely. Yep, you can smell that immediately. So this will all soften a little bit more before we blend it. So now we're just going to check to see if it's soft enough before we blend by poking one of the vegetables. Yeah.
How long has it been for now altogether?
Altogether it's been in for just about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So now that it's softened, we're going to turn the heat off. We've got the handheld blender and we're going to blend it. So we're just going to blend it by pushing. That's it.
How do you know when it's finished?
The consistency should be quite smooth. We want to get it smooth. At the moment it's going to go lumpy first as it all breaks down, and then we'll keep going until it's smooth. So I've now added just a little bit of boiling water just to get it to the right consistency, because it's a little bit thicker than I actually wanted it to be. So I'm just going to check the consistency now. Perfect. So I'm just putting, using the ladle, just putting a portion of the soup here.
Looks nice to me and it smells nice to me. Do you agree, Jenny?
Definitely.
It smells gorgeous. You can smell the herbs. And I'm just going to garnish it by putting a little bit of parsley on top.
Oh, look at that.
And there we have it. A spiced parsnip and carrot soup. So this... so I'm getting silly now, I'm getting giddy. Stop it. So this, can I start?
Yeah.
This dish will serve about 4 to 5 people. So let's have a look at the ingredients. We've got 6 medium-sized carrots, 3 very large mushrooms. We've got 3 medium potatoes, or 3 small. Medium. I look at this one and think medium, then I look at this and think small.
Yeah.
So where did you learn this dish from then? How do you...